Well, hello there, Gemini. It is so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. Today, we are celebrating the very exciting Lionsgate portal that will occur on August 8th. In fact, it's called the 8/8 portal. And the reason it is so exciting is because this is a time when the veil is so very thin that we receive special downloads of information about why we are here. It gives us momentary glimpses into our destiny and helps to inspire us, puts that fire in our belly so that we will go after what our heart truly desires, go after what we are destined to experience while here on earth. Now, I also recommend that you watch not just your sun sign, but also your moon and rising sign. And the reason is that the activation is actually going to occur in your rising sign. So this is where you will feel the biggest impact. And then your sun sign is your ego, your identity, how you see yourself, the roles that you play. But your ego can hold you back. It's also where our fears are, right? It can hold us back from actually experiencing our destined path. And then your moon sign is the emotions that can help to fuel you towards going after what you are passionate to experience. So by watching all three, you can get a really good idea of how this Lionsgate portal will affect you and how you can really manifest to have your destiny play out for you. Now, let's talk about what we're going to do here today. We are actually going to take a look first at the overall energy for the Lionsgate portal for you, Gemini. And then we're going to go to the tarot to get some more information about where this revelation will affect you, how your ego may try to hold you back, keep you safe, and not go towards what you are destined to experience. And then we'll finally take a look at your emotions and how you can use your emotions to help inspire you, put that fire in your belly and go towards what it is that you want to experience. All right, so let's take a look first at the overall energy for you. You have the Wombat Spirit, be at home in infinite abundance. I'm not kidding. This card just keeps coming out, which is just so beautiful. But you know, this is a card of understanding that you are going to experience a lot of abundance in your home life, in your home sector, in how you see yourself when you are at home with yourself and perhaps even your home environment, the people that you spend the most time with, maybe even with your, family, your tribe, your soul tribe. There's a sense here of receiving a lot of abundance. And so during this Lionsgate portal, you'll be, having that momentary glimpse of who you are destined to be homing with and be, setting up home with, who your tribe is, how you can reach your tribe, how you can meet those people, right? Get in better contact with them, build those relationships. I love this card because, if you look at that, there's, people working together. And I feel as if that is actually what you are coming into, a sense of a soul tribe, people that are working together for the same cause. They're all working together to harvest something. And it doesn't mean that you have to actually be like harvesting something, or building a business or something together, although you might be, but it's just people working together, being like-minded, having a similar goal in mind, right? Now, Gemini, this is happening in your third house of mind, intellect, and communication. So you may be inspired at this time to learn new languages, to become a teacher, a speaker, a writer. You could be inspired to work on presentations at work or for your community. This also includes your neighborhood, short distance trips, and all transportation. So at this time, you may have have a realization or epiphany that brings an idea for a new project, a presentation, a course you may want to teach, something that accelerates you towards what your destiny is. So this is beautiful energy. So let's take a look at this. And I did want to mention, Gemini, I also do personal readings, and I have a special Lionsgate reading up right now on my website. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I'd really be honored to do a reading for you. All right, so let's first take a look at how this revelation, this epiphany, this burst of inspiration, how this is going to play out in your third house. Okay, look at this. Oh my gosh. I have total goosebumps right down my spine. Okay, you have the Justice card twice. Something that has not been in balance, something that maybe you feel, wow, that you have been taken advantage of, that is something, you know, this is karma, true karma playing out, and you have the Justice card twice. It's Libra energy, but it's about things coming into balance, something that maybe, oh my goodness, wow. Okay, you see how she has her hands over her heart? It's something that I almost feel like was taken away from you. Something that was really precious to you. You see how there are like children playing in her skirt? It could be even something about that a dream of yours that you had as a child, that for one reason or another never came to fruition. You know, it could be, you know, maybe you wanted to be a dancer and your parents couldn't afford dance classes for you, or whatever it is. You know, you had some type of injury and so you couldn't take dance classes, whatever it is. It's almost as if things played out and you weren't able to truly, okay, have something that your heart desired, or if you had something that your heart desired at one time and they're saying the word snatched. It's like something was snatched away from you, okay? Karma is coming back into play. In other words, you have paid your dues, whatever dues you may have had to pay. You took the high road in this situation, and what you're going to see is kind of this sense of how you can bring justice back into this situation for yourself. But because this is also happening in your third house, it's about the way that you can communicate about things that are unjust, okay? So say, for instance, I don't know, perhaps you had, you know, you were, they're saying like, perhaps your identity was stolen at one time, right? And, you know, this has played out. It's prevented you from perhaps going on a trip that you always desired, or starting a business that you always wanted. You know, this was something that maybe when you went to court or you tried to go through the proper channels, you couldn't, you know, you couldn't get any headway. You maybe got something back, but not totally equal, right? This is your destiny is for this thing that was snatched away from you, okay? Whatever was snatched away from you is now helping to propel you into, I want to say almost, I don't want to say like, you're in the spotlight. I feel as if you're becoming a speaker. You're becoming known for what, something that occurred to you that really was very pivotal in your life. I'm going to put it that way. It's a tower moment. Something that was a tower moment in the past suddenly becomes your destiny, okay? Because what you're doing is you're getting some epiphany, some glimpse at how what occurred in the past you can use your skills of speaking, of writing, of presenting, your communication skills in order to propel yourself into the future. Oh my goodness, I didn't even recognize this. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You have oh my goodness, the Ascended Masters coming in. You've been thinking about this for a while, but the thing is that you've been thinking about it in the fashion of a little bit of a negative mindset, Gemini. I'm just going to say it that way, because this was so, it truly it really and truly pulled the rug out from underneath you. And I'm sending you so much love and hugs. Because this was a very difficult tower moment, and it's been hard for you to move past. Somebody betrayed you, or somebody stole something from you. Somebody perhaps even lied about you. Something, okay, that perhaps when you went to court, okay, you could not get the justice that you really and truly seeked. Or if it wasn't court, it was, somebody that you may have been contracted to. So it could have been, a marriage partner. It could be a family member. It could have been a business partner. It could have been, even like a financial advisor that embezzled money from you or something like that. It's kind of like you couldn't get, you couldn't get, repercussions. You couldn't get the repercussions or whatever it is that you wanted out of this situation. Now what you're seeing is you're having that, during that veil, when the veil is so thin, you're having a glimpse of how this is actually taking you towards your destiny, towards your purpose of why you are here. This is beautiful because out of our pain comes our purpose. And this is exactly what is happening at this moment. The wheel is turning for you. The ascended masters are coming in, helping you to communicate, okay, how to bring justice to this type of situation, whatever this is. This also has to do with, healing. I'm looking at my notes here, and it says healing your perception of childhood trauma. For some of you, if this is something from childhood that was traumatic for you, I feel as if you are finding the way that you can bring justice to other people that have had the same situation. You're learning. You're seeing how you can communicate your ideas the best way, whether that is through speaking or writing, creating scripts, movies, whatever it is. It's kind of like you're getting this glimpse of how you can be in the spotlight and help to heal others. So let's take a look now at your ego, how your ego may try to hold you back, okay, keep you safe. Because if you stepped out into this platform, right, there could be some repercussions, towards you. So I feel as if there is, your ego is just trying to keep you safe. Yes, okay, the moon card. You see the moon and not for you. Your fears are kind of like coming in. So, and behind a mask. This, for some of you, you have not shared your emotions of how traumatic this was, either with the person that hurt you, or perhaps with people that are in your life. So in other words, this is a situation where you have kind of like hid, okay? And I'm going to say this. You hid your feelings about this situation. You may not have shared. People may know bits and pieces, but they don't know the whole thing, right? So this could have been, perhaps you were in a marriage, right? And people know that you're divorced, and they may know tidbits about why you're divorced or something, but they don't understand. They don't know what really happened behind closed doors, right? You haven't really shared that with anybody. You maybe didn't even share it with your best friend. You didn't share it with your family members, right? And there's almost a sense of, with the moon card here, of understanding that there was some time that needed to happen in order for you to process and heal this on your own before you could really share your story with other people. I think that is what you're seeing. Your destiny is about sharing your story with others. And therefore helping others to heal. At this point, okay, the ego doesn't want you to, wants you to feel like you have to know the whole path moving forward. You have to know exactly where this might take you if you start speaking out about this or start sharing your story, right? The moon card is our subconscious fears, our hidden fears, the things that we don't illuminate to other people, and especially with this behind a mask. Understanding that perhaps, you're hiding it because you don't want other people to know about it for one reason or another. It's also the energy of your ego trying to say, well, Gemini, if you put it out there, this might happen. highlighting what could possibly happen. But during this Lionsgate portal, you're having that epiphany. You're seeing how something that was very unjust, okay, that occurred to you in your life, that tower moment, that put you on a path, okay, and you weren't really sure where that path was going to go. Your path has been changed because of some moment in time. Whether that was a marriage that lasted a long time that had a lot of abuse in it, or if it was just one, 10-second thing that occurred, right? It doesn't matter. There was some injustice that occurred here. And because of that, it's put you on a completely different path than you ever thought that you would be on. And I feel as if what you're saying now to yourself, there's a little bit like your ego is, Five of Pentacles, is that because of this situation that occurred in the past, okay, you don't, it's almost like you need to, oh, okay, I get it, thank you, that you need to not shine your light. Because it could have been that when you were shining your light, that is when this situation occurred. When you were really, like, perhaps at a peak in your life, right? When you were doing really well at something and then somebody pulled the rug out from underneath you. You may have gotten a great promotion and then somebody started rumors about you or something like that. There's this energy where your ego is trying to not let you shine your light. In other words, keep you in the moonlight instead of in the sunlight. Because I feel like there's that energy where, well, I don't want to step out on the stage. I don't want to be in the spotlight. Because if I'm in the spotlight, it's kind of like a little bit like this is a skeleton in the closet for you, right? And if you step out onto the stage, then other people may find out about this. In other words, it's about turning that around and using your story, using what has happened in the past, perhaps some childhood trauma or some time when the rug was pulled out from underneath you, right? Some moment of betrayal or hurt or pain. Using that as the catalyst towards your destiny. Wow. Oh my goodness. You have the Emperor, right? The Judgment and the Three of Wands. Understanding that this is the time. This is truly the time for you to walk away from the fears, okay? And I feel like for some of you, these fears may have even been planted by, okay, a boss. You may be wanting to like be a whistleblower or something like that, right? It could be a boss. It could be a family member. It could be a government. Okay. It could be a church leader. It could be any of those things. It's kind of like understanding that you've kept quiet. For some of you, you may have kept quiet because this person is very powerful, but understanding, no, wait a minute. I'm walking away from fearing the Emperor or fearing retribution from whoever, right? It's my destiny with the Judgment card. This is my destiny to speak my truth, to tell my story, to step into the spotlight, to inspire others to step into the spotlight too. Wow, really powerful energy, Gemini. Okay, so let's see how this may impact you emotionally or how you can use your emotions in order to move forward. Wow. Okay, you have the victim mentality, right? And then you have the flexible card, and then you have the Eight of Pentacles. So once again, what you may have felt a victim of in the past, right? You may have overgiven in certain situations. You may have felt like you had to walk in eggshells your whole life, right? Because of this. You may have been in that energy of feeling like, yes, I better not shine my light too brightly because if I do, then there will be repercussions. Of just trying to keep yourself small, but at the same time, this is not a comfortable energy to live in. This is a very difficult energy to stay in. We can sometimes get in that energy for a little bit when things go awry. But if we stay in this energy, then our entire life, we are making decisions based on fear instead of based on passion, right? Based on inspiration, based on motivation, based on positivity. And that's what you're noticing, is that you've overcompromised your entire life. I feel like there's almost this moment of anger that you could get really, there could be a conversation or some type of epiphany, a flashback or something that makes you understand this situation has kept me small my entire life. And I am no longer putting up with it. I think it's really actually like a fire in the belly. It's like, this now is my destiny. This is what I am going to work on. This is my purpose. The Eight of Pentacles. This is what I am going to work on for the rest of my life if I need to try and find justice, not just for me, okay, bringing balance back into your life, right? But it's also for others. And with the justice and the Wheel of Fortune here, okay, this is a destined moment in your life. This is a destined path that you have been given. Wow, that you have chose. Okay, let me correct that you have chosen. Yes, this is, I think it's been a long time coming, stepping into this truth. It's been a long time. But once you grasp this truth, once you recognize how this one situation, okay, that maybe even happened in childhood. So it could have been, you know, anything from a teacher telling you you're not a very good writer, so you never wrote again. Or, you know, somebody that, you know, maybe you had a stutter as a child and you were ridiculed for it, right? And so you never wanted to speak. You never, you know, you use very few words. You speak very few words because of it. There's something here, okay? And for some of you, it could be traumatic. And if it is traumatic, I really encourage you to seek out help, you know, allowing yourself to work through this. But this is what is propelling you to find the happiness, the abundance. It's almost as if you can be at home with yourself now. Because I feel like there's been almost like this ping pong, even within your own brain, about, do I speak out or do I just keep quiet? Do I share my story or do I just say it doesn't really matter, right? And it's stepping into that spotlight and understanding, no, your story does matter. Your words do matter, whether they're written or they're spoken or they're in a movie or a song or whatever. Your communication is really important in this situation. Wow, beautiful energy. Let me just pull a couple of more. I want to see the infinite abundance, please, because I feel like part of this is understanding. I think for some of you, you have had a hard time attracting in your new soul tribe. I think some of you have left, you know, just based on comments and stuff like that, you may have left some people behind, right? You've pulled your energy away from some people, but you haven't yet met the new people that are like-minded, right? That are on your journey. You've been searching for them. But the thing that has been preventing you from finding them is that you're not being really true and authentic to your own story, to understanding how certain people or situations that have occurred in your life has really held you back. It's almost when you start speaking that, then all of a sudden these new people will come into your life. Yeah, this is believing in you. Oh my gosh. Look at this. This is believing in you. You have the Hierophant. This is all about belief. Believing that it is possible. Believing that the sun will shine. That you do deserve your 10 of Cups. You know, that love will come back to you. It's this incredible moment where you recognize that you have allowed yourself to be the victim of someone else's actions, right? You've been the victim of that, but you haven't yet balanced it out. And I think that that's what you're doing. You're seeing, okay, wait a minute. That is a reflection of them. That is not a reflection of me. But if I continue to stay in the victim mentality, then it becomes part of my identity. I don't have to allow that to be part of my identity. I still can have, for some of you, you may have, say you went through a difficult divorce, okay? Then you may identify yourself as someone that's divorced. and say that your spouse, betrayed you, had a third party, cheated on you, okay, then you may, for some time now, have identified yourself as, a divorced person whose spouse cheated on them, okay? And then that's your mentality. You're kind of like living through that. But it's almost as if when you allow yourself to speak not about what has occurred, but about how that has held you back. That is what your destiny is. Helping other people that have had serious experiences to move on, to heal that energy and then move on. Yeah, really powerful energy, because it is about seeing the light after a very traumatic, very difficult journey that you've had. It's seeing the light, believing that you deserve to have that light, to be in the spotlight, to share your story with others, to share your healing journey with others. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful energy there. All right, well, Gemini, I am going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I really do appreciate all of your support by liking, commenting, and subscribing. And I hope to see you again really soon. Much love and light. Bye for now.